First, let's take you to Lancashire, where a community is in uproar over plans to build a cable corridor wider than the M55 right through the county. Developers say it's necessary as part of their work to meet the government's green energy targets. But residents say it will destroy greenbelt land, close down businesses and force people out of their homes. Now, as you know, here at GBNews, we like to give a voice to the people. So when some of the residents reached out, well, we sent our North West of England reporter, Sophie Reaper, to go and find out what's been going on.
Barbara has been riding horses here for the past 35 years. She's deaf, and these lessons are tailored especially to meet her needs. But soon she may need to find a new hobby. Under proposals to connect a wind farm off the Morecambe coast to a sub-power station in Preston, construction to link the two assets would meet the border of the riding school. If it goes ahead, the owner says the 3,000 lessons they offer each year for disabled riders like Barbara would have to be cancelled, and they would be forced to close their doors for good.
Horses are very sensitive creatures, so they're not as logical as us, and they don't understand words like there's going to be a loud noise in a minute. So to have this sudden explosion of vehicles and everything else going on, the horses are not safe to be used.
2 weeks ago, the school received a letter informing them that mobilisation activities would begin this month. That's despite consent for development not yet being approved.
How is it allowed to happen? How are big companies allowed to do this?
All around me here, there are homes, businesses, and just down the road, the small village of Freckleton. There, locals are extremely concerned about how these plans could affect life as they know it. One local resident, Andrew Lee, has lived here for 56 years. He runs the local post office, but says his true life's work is conservation.
I did a bird survey over the last 20 years on this ground, and it includes 100 species of birds. Plus, we've got a massive brown hare population. What they're going to do, they're going to just wipe everything out.
Despite concerns, developers say they'll make an important contribution to the UK's offshore wind target. In fact, they promised the wind farms would harness enough electricity to power the equivalent of 2 million homes.
We're not saying no to the wind farm. What we're saying no to is the cable corridor. The cable corridor is going to cut Fylde in two. It's not a case of can we do it, it's a case we are doing it, full stop, and it's just wrong.
In a statement to GB News, the developers said, "All feedback we have received has been considered to date and helped inform our design process. We understand there are local concerns and these will be addressed in due course." And yet, for the local residents, they feel they're being listened to but not heard.
The noise and the land and the site and the ugliness of it, if I'm honest, really do concern me.
This is going to change the whole landscape around here and become much more of an industrialised area. So absolutely, yeah, we would probably move away.
It seems to be being done in the cheapest possible way to suit the companies.
Now, with a parliamentary petition in place and support continuing to grow, the people of Fylde will do what they can to save what they believe needs saving. Sophie Reaper, GB News.
And that's the impact of net zero, because we wouldn't need these new cable corridors if we weren't becoming so reliant on wind farms, because you plonk a wind farm somewhere, you have to have cables running to the local areas to get that energy to the communities. That wouldn't be needed if we just stuck with the energy grid that we have. That's the impact of these projects.